And we are back on the WHHI-TV Daily News. With me now is Dr. Tom Dorsel. He is a sports and clinical psychologist. And we are here to talk a little bit about the stress that could potentially steal Christmas, which we don't want it to do. I know you had an article that just came out in the Hilton Head Sun last week and talked all about this. So we're going to kind of get some of the details. So thanks for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
One of the things you wanted to talk about is keeping it simple, and that starts with the decorations, maybe even more specifically the tree.
Well, the tree, now, being in the vanguard of the baby boom generation, I, of course, was very naturalist, so I wanted a live tree for the first half of my life. As a matter of fact, the most fun live tree I had, I think the best live tree, getting one with a ball on it.
Oh,
right. And we got one with a ball on it one year, and then we planted it in the backyard, dug it up the next year, and put it in the house again.
Nice.
Put the burlap around it. And I planted it
again.
True
recycling.
Yeah. Planted it again, and it took. But we moved away for a couple of years, and then came back to the house, and unfortunately, it was dead.
Oh, that's
when intended to. But anyway, when I thought about it more, you're really putting a dead tree in your house, or a dying tree. It's on life support. And it's dangerous. It's kindling. It should probably be in your fireplace.
Right, right.
And you put it in your house and hanging electricity on it. So we have gone with an artificial tree, which I don't think is any more artificial than putting a dead tree in your house. And it's certainly a lot simpler. And they're telling me now trees are going on $100, I think,
They are, for
sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the first simplest thing I think is to get a simple artificial tree. My mom and dad used to take their whole tree down in the basement and put a sheet over it.
Right. I know a lot of people that do that. And talk about making things easy. That would be great.
Now, we can't do that with ours, but anyway. But the other thing, decoration-wise, I think keeping it as simple inside and out, just accent decoration is so nice. We have a lot of lights in our house, and a guy walked in the other day, we didn't have any decorations up. He says, "Oh, decorated for Christmas." We didn't have any decorations, just lights,
Yeah.
But I like the little candle lights in the window.
Yeah,
they're
those are
so
very pretty.
simple, and it's so subtle, and understatement, it's very nice, I think.
Yeah. Well, so let's move, because we know that we go go to lots of parties. We have lots of things that we're doing over the holidays. Let's talk about keeping it simple when we're eating and drinking.
Eating and drinking. Well, all weight gain comes from selection, quantity, and frequency.
Sure.
Not just at Christmas, all year long. But at Christmas time, you could honor these things like selection. Can you make low-calorie cookies? You're going to eat cookies, so make them as low-calorie as you can. And then commit yourself, I'm going to have 2 a day. Okay?
Right.
And then I like to have them when I'm leaving the house, because then I can't go back 10 times for one more.
Very good point. I like that.
And then if you go to a party, you're going to drink maybe, okay? 1 drink per hour. That means drink it slow, because if you finish it in 15 minutes, you got to wait 45 minutes for another one.
Right. And then, of course, and we only have about a minute left, because I know there's so much to talk about, but of course, talking about giving and, buying into all the commercialism, how can we keep that a little bit simpler?
Well, I think if you have a commitment in your family for a certain amount spent, when my wife and I were first married, with no money, we said $10 a piece. And that's my most memorable gift. She bought me a little pottery cup chalice, and that's my most memorable gift from that time. And matter of fact, last night we were with some people and talking about, what's your favorite present you ever got? Nobody could think anything. Nobody cared about presents. I want to ask the question, what was your most treasured Christmas? And I can think about 3 of them, off the top of my head, and they didn't have anything to do with presents.
Right.
It's what you were doing.
Had to do with who you were with and the memories that you were making. Excellent point. And in our last 20 seconds or so, I know you wanted to kind of touch on the point. And of course, check out the Hilton Head Sun article for all of these details. But to make the point that really, this is kind of a way to look at stress all year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me just read a little bit from the end of the article. When you say to yourself, I'm responsible for the whole family's Christmas happiness, you're creating stress for yourself. Everybody has to play a role in the joy of the season, not just you. The only Christmas happiness you are solely responsible for is your own. So try saying this to yourself: I'm going to make wise choices this Christmas for my happiness and, God willing, for the happiness of all who interact with me from Advent through the Epiphany.
I love that. Well, thank you, Dr. Tom, for being here today. And make sure that you're keeping it simple this Christmas so you're not too stressed out. And we'll be back in just a moment.